street lights lit this town like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it rain. Now. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it rain. Now.
Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Sorry about that. Sorry about the late live. And I'm trying to clean my glasses all at the same time. But welcome in, everybody. Hopefully you guys can make it. I know that it's a little bit of a late one. So if you guys are watching on a replay, thanks for watching on a replay. Either way, it gets the views, you know. But I'd rather have you here in person. So I'm doing well. I just got home a little bit ago. I was just running around. And so that's why the live is so late. Usually we've been doing them a little bit earlier. And I'm going to wear my glasses. I have like nothing, no makeup on. My hair's from earlier today. Usually I'm prepared, but I'm not. I'm prepared for the live, but I'm not prepared for how I look. So don't mind that. But it's a late night live. Maybe I'll put you guys to sleep. You never know. You never know. Actually, I am going to grab something really quick while we're talking. Just going to see where it's at and grab it. And as we're talking, if you guys don't mind, take a second, hit the like button, and then we'll get right into tonight's live. I'm just going to grab my drink, and then we'll be good to go. We'll be good to go. Put my stuff over there. Okay, so I wanted to come on and go over some of the Kada Scott developments in the case, because there are some new developments. We knew that Keon King, it was just a matter of time before he was going to be charged with the murder of Kada, but they were waiting to do it. You know, the DA wants to be sure that he has the right person, I guess. I mean, I think they knew, but they want to make sure that they have all their ducks in a row before they go and they charge somebody. He's charged with so many things that I can't keep count. Like if you were to ask me, hey, can you tell me all the charges? I'd say for surely not up to this point. I even went on the court document case, like on the case summary, like I did a case search for him. the dude's been in trouble more than he's been in more trouble than he's not been in. So as I was going through all of that stuff tonight, I saw that one of my favorite websites, they did put a case file together for her. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, don't mind me for a second. I was trying to like tie up my pants earlier and I tied them in a knot. And I don't know if something like that bothers you and you have to fix it right away, but it bothers me. It's one of those like just tedious things. Okay, I got it. Because I thought I was like tightening it and I wasn't. And I like tied it in a big knot. But I thought we would go over this case file tonight, just kind of get more acquainted with the timeline, with Kada and with Keon, because they all got, they all have a role. Also, I do believe that there will be more people charged. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for that. Hey guys, welcome in. Welcome on in, everybody. Welcome in. Hopefully people will start coming in. They'll see that we're here, we're live, we're talking true crime. If that's something you're into, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. What's this say? Okay, Google Chrome's accessing your screen. Oh my gosh. Listen to this. Wow. Okay. I didn't know this, but this is a good thing. This is a good thing. This shows how much I'm on my computer for just this channel because, it just went away. It said, what did it say? Google Chrome had been opened 13,970 times in the last 7 days or something. And I only use this computer. I mean, it stays in this room. So, wow. That's a lot of web pages I'm browsing. And I only browse them for the channel. So 13,000. What am I doing over here? That's a lot. It just went away though. I don't know why it went away. Must have just wanted to tell me and then it skedaddled. I think others will be arrested. Yeah, they said that they I've been reading some articles, so if it's not in with this stuff, I'll read one of the articles, but it said that they have their text messages. So they have, I don't think that they're out on in document form yet because I haven't seen them and I've been searching for the documents for those, but because I want to know everything. But I think we're have to wait for the preliminary hearing to hear that stuff. But they did put out some more paperwork for him. Rebecca, I don't. Rebecca's new here. I think Rebecca might be a squeaky wheel. I'm not going to lie. Rebecca, would you like to come up and tell it? She was in the beginning of the live. She said, well, this is boring. Stream hasn't even started. And I already know this is going to be a snooze fest. Let's blow this popsicle stand. I think she's squeaky. I think she might be squeaky. The way she sounds. Well, maybe not the boo you stink because, I think you can come up with something way more clever than that. But if you want to stay in this chat, shut your mouth and sit there and be nice. Geez, Louise. I told her bye earlier. I was like, bye, Rebecca. Oh, Rebecca, you made your page 5 days ago. I already looked you up there, babe. So come in under your real name. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't come under, actually, I don't know why you come under a false name because I don't got no beef with nobody, so. But I just hear a lot of people always say that. Come under your real name. That's what they always. Who even are you, Rebecca? Okay, I'm done. Okay. So now that because I have this pulled up, I don't want to be too crazy. Oh, you do still assume? I have no problem with Squeaky, but man, me and him we just had to. No, Squeaky hasn't been causing problems. Actually, he left and then he left. But okay, I'm going to kick her out. Because I'm just going to ban her and delete her comments because she's getting on my nerves now. That was fun. She knows nothing about a case, so she doesn't need to be here. But talk about me all you want, but don't talk about my subscribers and my members and my friends. Because then I'm just going to boot you. Sorry, I like fighting with people, you know what I mean, here and there. I like debating, you know what I mean? But not like that. Not like that. She just made, I literally looked her up right before the live because she said something like that, this is boring. Let's blow this popsicle stand. And I'm like, surely this person's never been in my live before because I know the names. I know y'all. Even when someone just comes in once, I'll remember the name for the most part. If I see it, I'll remember it. And so I don't remember her at all. And she had just made her YouTube page 5 days ago. So I wonder who else she's been trolling. We should have sent her off somewhere. I wish I could do that. Like send instead of send like, shutting the live down, then sending people. I wish you could just send people to random lives and be like, this is where you belong. I found your home. Okay. So this is Kada. I love this picture of her. I think she's so pretty. She's only 23 years old. So young, so very young. And actually, we're going to be covering another case of a little girl. Sounds a lot like the case of Madalena Kojikari. We're going to be covering that, I think, tomorrow. So, but we're going to read through this because they always have like the best timelines, and I love that. She had her whole life. Yeah, she had her whole life ahead of her. I don't know. We don't know exactly how she knew Keon King. I did watch a TikTok, and now I can't find it anywhere because I went out of my tabs last night. I'll find it, but it was a girl, and she was talking about how like Keon King is known as like the pharmacist around the area that they are all from. Like I don't know if he's from that area, but I know that the girl that was talking said that Kada, he asked about Kada before, and she said, yeah, she lives like right in my backyard pretty much. So he could have been the one that was harassing her, or he could have been somebody that she knew as maybe she would get something from him, or I don't know. I'm not saying anything. I'm alleging all this. Especially when you have to work into a retirement home, they normally will, test you for those kind of things. So and pageants, they will test you too. So I don't see that being it, but she did get in the car. From the text messages, they have an eyewitness that said that they saw her outside saying something on the phone to the effect of something of the effect of, like, why are you doing this to me? Or why are you doing this while I'm at work? Something along those lines. And then a person pulled up and she got in the car with them. But we don't know if that was Keon King or not. We're going to guess it is because, he ended up killing her allegedly. Or maybe somebody else did pick her up and they took her to Keon. I don't know. We're going to find all that out, though. Those are things that we're going to find out. Yeah. Yeah, play nice. Yeah. They call him Elliot. Yeah. Which is a weird name. Like for Keon King, I don't get Elliot, But then again, maybe that's his street name. I don't know. Elliot just seems like actually a good kid's name. I don't know. I used to know this guy named Elliot, and he was the sweetest, sweetest could be. But Kada Scott, as I just said, was a 23-year-old college-educated, ambitious young woman working in elder care and pursuing pageant goals. In the days before her disappearance, she had told her family about receiving harassing phone calls. On October the 4th, that's when this officially kind of started, 2025, she left for her overnight shift. And she left about 9:50, and she vanished, says less than an hour after arriving. She wasn't there very long. Her car remained parked at her workplace, and her phone went silent. After extensive searches and community efforts, Philadelphia police, aided by the FBI, arrested a 21-year-old suspect on kidnapping charges. Despite the discovery of her belongings, Kada remains, we're going to go through this timeline. So remains missing, and the investigation is ongoing under homicide supervision. And now it is a homicide case. We can say that with 1,000% certainty that they have charged him. They have charged him with murder. So this is her timeline, and they go through, her biography, a little bit of her, what we know about her past. We don't know a whole lot about Kada, other than what we're learning through maybe people that knew her from TikTok, or people that just kind of knew her, that are getting on YouTube, like social media. That's the only thing that we're really getting. And we got the statement, from her family. So she just turned 23. October is her birthday. Oh, as of October 2025. I was thinking that's her birthday, but when is her birthday? Because I don't know that. I wonder if it'll tell me. Oh, it is. Wait, hold on. It doesn't say. Well, I wonder when it was. Okay. Because the way that's worded is like, was it her birthday month? Hey, Bree. Let me actually move the chat so I can see you guys. There we go. It's just easy to look over there. I just have to keep remembering. Okay. Is this big enough for you guys? I hope it is. I could always make me like a little bit bigger. I don't know if that makes it bigger or not, though. So she's a resident of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. She's from Germantown area. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm not from there now, but I was born there. Parents are Kevin Scott and Kim Matthews. She graduated from Penn State. I know that she's a former student. She was working the overnight. She was an overnight employee at the Terrence at Chestnut Hill Senior Living Facility. And she was only working there for approximately 2 weeks before all this happened. Now, I wonder if Kada had worked somewhere prior, or if she just went to college. Like if she never worked before. Okay, so there's like some kids that don't work in high school and they don't work in college. Their parents kind of like, pay for them and pay for their college and pay for like that, their schooling. And, they work whenever they're out of school. I wonder if it's one of those kind of cases, or if she's always, always worked, always kind of had like a little side job or something. So it says, interest reportedly involved in modeling and beauty pageants, referred to as a Miss USA hopeful. Known concerns before disappearances, reported receiving harassing phone calls from an unknown individual. And I bet you they're going to find out who that individual was. Whether it was Keon King or his accomplices or accomplice, I think that they will. Now, I did hear, this was the part that got me about the accomplices. They said that they have video of, I don't want to get the cars wrong, but there was 2 vehicles parked at the school, the middle school where she was found, and 2 people are like at the back of the trunk, they said, and they appear to pick up something heavy. They said like a body out of the vehicle. So I don't know if that was the car that was burned. I'm assuming it probably was, if her body was in it. So background and timeline says life and pre-disappearance is so 2001, 2002, sometime in that area. Kada Scott is born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. She was raised in a close family, described as kind, motivated, and ambitious. Attended local Philadelphia area schools, but the exact schools are not publicly listed. 2019 to 2023, she attends Penn State University. And she's described by family as hardworking and passionate about helping others. So then in early 2025, this is when she begins pursuing interest in modeling and beauty contests. She prepares for or participates in Miss Pennsylvania USA or similar pageant circuit, referred to by people in independent UK as pageant hopeful. Yes, they did refer to her as that. Social media accounts show positive demeanor and active online presence. And then September 2025, she begins employment at the Terrace at Chestnut Hill. It's an assisted living facility in Philadelphia. She works the overnight shift from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Those hours I wouldn't think be too hard coming out of college. Like, I would think that you'd be used to staying up late, but I don't know. Confides in family that she's been receiving harassing and disturbing phone calls in the days leading up to her disappearance. So Saturday, October 4th, that's the last known night she was alive. And they did say they thought that she was like killed within 30 minutes of leaving the retirement home, which I don't know how they would know that, like that fast, but they do. They said. Anyway. And I'm assuming it's probably because of the surveillance video that they have from around that school. Like, man, and it's just crazy to me. They said that people live around that school, and they said that people like drop off stuff there all the time and do criminal things there all the time. I'm wondering how That wasn't that far from her home. I need a map because I'm wondering. I'm wondering if Keon King used that as an area to meet people to sell them stuff. Or because I mean, he had to be familiar, or did he go to that middle school when it was like not run down, you know? I don't know how long it's been since it's been sitting there vacant. He's not that old though. He's only 21. But it was a middle school, so that could be years, some years. So it says that Kada leaves home at the 8300 block of Rodney Street to drive to her job at the terrace. Family later confirmed she was in good spirits when leaving home. At 10 o'clock, she arrives for work at her overnight shift. She's assigned to routine duties. Coworkers later confirmed she appeared normal and calm at the start of her shift. She got to work right at 10 o'clock. That's craziness. 10:30 to 10:45 p.m. That was the last known sighting of Kada. She reportedly stepped outside during her shift and never returned. Now, I wonder if because we were hearing, and so I think this is true, like right in the beginning, we were hearing that she took her iPad or phone and her keys or something. People had seen her leaving with all of her belongings. And I've seen that in other reports. So I wonder if she said, I'm just going to step outside and put my iPad in my car. Right? Because I mean, you can't go outside and smoke at a retirement center. No smoking on hospital grounds normally anyway. So I don't think that would have been her excuse anyways, but I'm just wondering why if she's only there, she gets there and then she leaves like right away, like what's her excuse to walk outside, right? Or does she just not tell management? That's what I'm wondering, Ashley, if they thought she might have like quit or something. Like she was just like, I'm gone. And that's why they didn't say anything. I mean, I don't know. You would think someone would go after her, but I mean, you just be like, are you really quitting? Like someone that knew her, but she did just start there 2 weeks ago too. So maybe she didn't have anybody she was close with. And she could have hated the job too. I mean, and just was like, I'm leaving and I don't care. I mean, she could have, but it just says that no witnesses have confirmed where she went afterward. Well, we know who could tell us probably. And then, so then 11 p.m. to 6 a.m., Kada does not return inside the facility. Her car remains parked in the employee lot. No phone calls, text, or social media activity occur after this time. And that's another thing. Like she left her car there. I think she thought she was coming back. I even almost think when she got in the car, maybe she thought they were just going to sit there and talk. And then he just peeled out of the parking lot. We don't know yet. So then Sunday, October 5th, that's when she's reported missing. So at 6 a.m., Kada's shift ends. She does not check out or respond to messages. Coworkers contact her family when she fails to return home. So at 6 a.m., they contacted her family and then said something. Maybe her family called and they called them back. But the morning afternoon, family searches local routes between her home and workplace. Kada's vehicle is found in the facility's parking lot. Her keys, phone, and other belongings are missing. And I don't think that facility has a huge parking lot. It's not a huge facility. A missing person report is filed with the Philadelphia Police Department. And then from August 6th through the 9th, 2025, that's the early part of the investigation. Family organizes community searches. The police trace her cell phone activity. The last possible signal is believed to be near I can't say that word. Aubrey. I'm going to learn how to say this.
Arboretum.
I always would say arbitorium. Arboretum. 2 miles from her workplace. So, and that was close to the school. That was like right beside the school. So 2 miles from her workplace. She works like 10 minutes from work. This is all within like the same area. Right? Like they're not taking, like whoever this was, like with Keon, allegedly with Keon, and they didn't take her far out, right? They didn't take her like 45 minutes. They just took her right to the local school. And the crazy part is the officers went there and checked and they left. And somebody called them. Someone said, go back and check again. You missed her. She's there. Who was that? Who made that phone call? They're still investigating that. You know, someone did. Someone did. So then, where are we at? Okay. Officers began interviewing coworkers, family, and recent contacts. Authorities learned of the prior harassing phone calls she received before she vanished. Friday, October the 10th, they have the search operation. That's where we saw the aerial view of her car, or not her car, I'm sorry, of I think it was Keon King's car when they found it. Sorry about that. And that's when they conducted that large, scale search in East Germantown. They had the canine units there. When the canine units were around the vehicle, I said that on the live, I was like, well, they're not really approaching the car as if they're hitting on anything. So I didn't think that she was in that vehicle. I mean, maybe she was in there at one point in time, but I don't think so. Because I think that canine dog would have scented, he would have alerted on the cadaver being there at one point or time, even if it was removed. It says the site is treated as a potential dump or transfer location based on phone data. No conclusive evidence or human remains are located. And someone actually said that in the comment section, on my comment section. They were like, hey, we know someone that was there searching, and they didn't find anything. And this was like 2 days before they came out and said they didn't find anything. So it was a good source, I guess. But then they have a press conference on October the 10th. That's what their first press conference. October the 11th through the 13th. Investigators expand the search to surrounding wooded areas and abandonments. Family continues outreach, missing person flyers distributed citywide. Case escalates from local precinct to special victims unit oversight. That's never good. Tuesday, October 14th, the homicide unit joins, I think that with every case, when it's a missing person after so many days, they will treat it more like a homicide, which I think they should. There's more resources when you treat it as a homicide. So they officially join, not finally, but they officially join on October 14th. And then authorities say evidence suggests Kada did not leave voluntarily. Police maintain that the case remains active and ongoing, but stopped short of declaring it a homicide. Even at the last press conference, they didn't declare it a homicide. I was like, are we there yet? Are we there? We're there now. Wednesday, October 15th, 2025, arrest of the suspect. So in the morning, afternoon, police announce arrest of Keon King, which he must not be talking because no one else has been arrested yet, right? I mean, I'm sure they'll find out who it was through his phone, through her phone, through some sort of surveillance, car cast data. I don't know. His car was pretty old, but they'll figure it out. So whoever that person is, I'd be scared. So they arrested Keon King, 21 years old, on kidnapping charges. And then investigators state that King was in communication with Kada in the days before she vanished. Detectives recover a 1999 gold Toyota Camry, front end damage, believed to be linked to the case. So maybe she did get in that car. Maybe she got in that car alive, though. At 3:10 p.m. that same day, the car located and towed from the Gypsy Lane condominiums in East Falls. Later that day, investigators searched the grounds of Ada H.H. Lewis Middle School, abandoned, which they need to just tear that thing down. Man, I keep forgetting this damn word. I swear it goes Arboretum. We're going to name it something else. Arboretum. Physical evidence recovered there includes personal items belonging to Kada Scott. Can't say arboretum, but I've had to learn some of the most difficult names of my life doing this. Can't say arboretum. So they recovered what I remember them recovering was a phone case. It was like a red or a pink phone case, but no phone, and an debit card with her name on it. So, I mean, the phone case could have been anybody's when they found that, but with them finding that debit card, one of them probably dropped that. One of the guys, I'm assuming. They probably actually, maybe they were walking to or from the burial. I'm gonna say from the burial, and they probably dropped it because they probably put her purse and everything in the burial with her. Maybe, we don't know, but if they did, they probably took out her debit card just to freaking. Might as well. They probably said she ain't here to spend it. Let's just take her money. And then one of them probably dropped it. They couldn't find it, and they're like, forget about it. Let's just get out of here. Because I mean, that would be just dumb, plumb dumb to throw someone's ID on the ground with their name right on it, right? But then the family launches a GoFundMe to assist in the search and potential legal support. And then current status, she's not roommate. She's not missing anymore. So I'm going to go down a little bit. I know they have the newest documents though. Okay. So key locations, her house, and then the workplace, the search area, the evidence, and the burial site, and then the vehicle recovery site. So, and then we're going to go through his timeline too. So there'll be more in that. But summary of all this, basically. I don't know if he has gang ties. That we haven't heard yet. I wouldn't doubt it, but I feel like I think these guys knew each other. Okay, so she says something in a text message to him along the lines of, come kidnap me again. And they haven't put out the affidavit, I'm dying to read it. But people were getting like tidbits, these news agencies. And that's what I just heard like on 3 different ones today. So maybe it'll be in here with this stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Hey, Shauna, welcome in. Hey, Lee, welcome in, everybody. Hey, Dawn. It's good to see everybody. Let's see. So then, did it say the charges there? No, it didn't. Okay. At 10 a.m., following an anonymous tip from the public, investigators searched a wooded area behind the closed Ada H.H. Lewis Middle School located near I'm not going to say it. We're going to say AA in East Germantown. Police uncovered a shallow grave containing the remains of a female believed to have been buried for approximately 1 week. I wonder if police can kind of tell, I bet they can without even needing the coroner, so much. Former identification remains pending with the Philadelphia Medical Examiner's Office, but a law enforcement source confirmed that investigators believe the remains belong to Kada Scott, and they do. Authorities stated that Keon King, already in custody for kidnapping and related charges, will face additional charges, including murder. Investigators noted that cell phone location data placed Scott and King together shortly before her phone went offline, identifying him as the last person known to have contact with her. The area surrounding the school was secured for forensic examination, and detectives coordinated with the district attorney's office to prepare upgraded charges. Oh, there he is when he was in that weird picture. See his eyes? That's when he went to kidnap the first girl. He looked in her window. He jumped over this fence. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. Like this guy right here, he doesn't scare me. This guy with the eyes, when I saw the eye, that scares me. Mm-mm. What's up with these people having these evil eyes? See, okay, so then like see how the dog is, I mean, it's like at the back, but that's where the officers kind of taking the dog. It's not off leash, it's on a leash. But the dog wasn't like jumping up on the car at any point or anything like that. So I mean, I don't know. Now remember, they did tow it from the lot because they wanted to be able to check the inside of the car because the windows were so tinted. They wanted to check it at the crime lab, which is a good idea. And it says key piece of evidence recovered. Must have been something down here. I don't know what they're looking at. But he's pointing at something and he's looking down, so. And then that was the press conference after the remains were found. And then a little bit about Keon King. Arboretum. I don't know why. I think it's because I stated this. What was it called? Arbitrarium. I think that's what it was called. The arbitrarium. That's what it was. And it was this part in the hospital that I stayed at after I came out of the ICU. And so every time I see that word, I think arbitrarium. Like, I just think of that word. I don't know why, but I do. So I'm not going to be able to say it. We're going to have to call it double A. Or you're going to have to tell me every time, Laura. Yeah, they keep adding charges. Yeah. I know. I'm like, just give us some of the documents. We want to know. But they are giving us a little bit. So Keon King, he's a 21-year-old man from South Philadelphia. Is that South Philadelphia? Born and raised on the playground where I spent most of my days. Yeah, he didn't end up like Will Smith, did he? Has a documented history of violent and evasive behavior towards women and police. Oh, yeah, he does. I was looking through his criminal record today. In early 2025, he was charged with kidnapping and assaulting another woman. Actually, he was charged with a lot more than that. Let me see here. I didn't have it like up. Okay. So he already had these charges. So he had DUI, marijuana, small amount personal use, possession of drug paraphernalia, careless driving, exceeded the maximum speed limit established by law or whatever, established by the 20 mile per hour, turning movements, and required signals following too closely. Oh, look at that. Coburger. Sorry. So then he'd had kidnapping for ransom. Kidnapping for ransom. That means he wanted some money out of that. Like, right? He was kidnapping for, he was going to give her back, but he wanted a ransom. I don't know. It was withdrawn, though. We all know that. It's not anymore. Strangulation, terroristic threats, intent to terrorize another, simple assault, recklessly endangering another person, harassment, and criminal mischief. I think that's all of them. Oh, wait. I think did we read through these? Kidnapping for ransom, false? Yeah. Criminal use of a communication facility, stalking, recklessly endangering another person, tampering with and fabricating physical evidence, receiving stolen property, recklessly endangering another person, unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, tampering with fabricated physical evidence. So yeah, he's done a thing or two, you know? He's, 21 years old, right? Like, I wonder what his juvenile record was like. I mean, he should have been in jail. We all know that. Kada Scott Kada Scott, I was going to say Smith, but Kada Scott should be here. There should be no reason why she's not here. He just got charged with this. Kidnapping, strangulation. Victim don't show up, so then he doesn't have to, be held accountable. It even said for, what were the exact words? I can't remember. Like, no matter what, this needs to go to like to a court. I forget how they like higher court or something like that they were saying, but they messed up. So, wow. Okay. But the charges were dismissed after the victim didn't appear in court. Nancy Grace I told you that. Nancy Grace had a story just like this one. The witness came with her boyfriend and was like, I don't want to press charges. And Nancy Grace said, I don't care what you want to do. I'm doing it. The state can pick it up. They sure can. They can pick up charges if you don't want them to pick them up, and they can still pick them up. Believe you me, it's happened with me. I didn't want to press charges against the person that caused my car accident. I thought at the time, things can happen to anybody. I was a real good person back then. Still am. But, wanted to come out with class and dignity. And the state said, so what? We don't care. We're charging them with 4 counts of felony vehicular assault. Sit down, Tanya. Take a seat. I mean, they could do that. So he's not going to get away with it this time. But I think that could be why he didn't leave a witness. He didn't just, the other girl he strangled, but somehow, I think she got out of the car somehow. So that could be why this is his first. I mean, she could have been his first. But it just says here that the charges were dismissed after she didn't, appear in court. Just months later, King allegedly became involved with 23-year-old Kada Scott, who vanished after leaving her job on August 4th. Following a 2-week investigation involving multiple police divisions, King was arrested and charged with kidnapping and Scott's disappearance. Evidence recovered from an abandoned school and his damaged Toyota Camry links him to her case. This investigation remains active, and authorities suspecting a pattern of predatory violence and potential additional victims. They even asked. The cops straight out during the last press conference, he's like, you guys have done so much, but I'm going to need you to do a little bit more. And I was like, well, at least he's honest, he was like, I need a little more here, but yeah, criminals are so dumb. They're the dumbest. I love when criminals are dumb because then it's like, watch Google searches. They're my favorite. They really are. Jail calls, jail correspondent. They always tell on themselves. Snapchat. Now that was probably the best Alec Murdaugh trial with the Snapchat. I don't think anything will top that because no one will go on trial anymore. It seems like every case we get, they take a deal. They really do. So this is his little biography overview. His name's Keon King, just to let you know a little about him. Not like we care, but we do. He's 21. Date of birth, I can actually tell you his date of birth. His date of birth is, May 6th, 2004. Not quite Cinco de Mayo, so not that cool, I guess. He's unemployed. We know what he is. He's as far as we know what the internet's saying, which we shouldn't believe what the internet, the internet says. But if we were to believe this girl, and I kind of do, she says he's the pharmacist around there. I think he'd have a little better car. That thing might break down with rugs in the car. I'd be scared of that. Okay. So linked to multiple Philadelphia areas. Let's see. Mount Airy. Never heard of it. Grays Ferry. Never heard of that. Center City, East Falls. This must be on the opposite of where my family grew up and I grew up. Vehicle, 1999 gold Toyota Camry. And then it says vehicle linked to both Kada Scott disappearance and prior criminal case. Criminal record, multiple arrests and cases involving kidnapping, assault, fleeing police, and driving without a license. I think that I don't know if there's anything he's not charged with. I feel like I love Florida and Texas. Texas, they'll give you a perp walk. They're like, be here by 9 p.m. We're doing our perp walk at 9 p.m. Oh, yeah, he did too. I mean, Koberger's snitched on someone. So then kidnapping and assault case, and then 2025 disappearance and kidnapping and murder of Kada Scott. So March 2025, this is a little bit of his background. I wish we had the mug shots for all these if you went to jail. So March 2025, just this past year, just this past, spring, he fled from police traffic stop because he did not have his license. Watch. Reportedly driving away after being pulled over. Now, see, if you just ran from me, I would be mad if I was a cop, right? I'd be mad about that. I'd be real upset about that. But if I actually got out of my seat, walked up towards your car, and then you fled, I would be on a whole other level of mad. I would be calling all of the cops, get them. And then I would catch up. Because, it might take me a minute to get back to my car and be so red. But he got charged with fleeing police, reckless driving. I'm surprised he didn't get charged. I think he probably got charged without driving without a license. I'm going to say that. There's a reason why he ran. So June 2025, King ran from officers on foot in a separate incident. So left his car there. What a dumbass. I was going to say dummy. I went into both words there. What a dumbass. So unless he wasn't in his car, but still, if he wasn't in his car, whoever that car belongs to, I would have been like, Keon King was driving this. Okay, it says demonstrates a pattern of avoiding law enforcement contact. Yeah, he doesn't want nothing to do with law enforcement. Early 2025, approximately January through spring, accused in a violent kidnapping and strangulation case involving a woman he allegedly knew. Victim reported being choked, bitten, and held against her will. King charged with kidnapping, aggravated assault, and recklessly endangering another person. And then May 2025, the earlier kidnapping case was withdrawn after the victim failed to appear in court. That I think it actually happened twice that they didn't appear in court, like the witnesses. I would have just been like, okay, we're going to play what we got. We're going to go with what we got. Philadelphia's DA's office, but I guess that's why they dropped it without prejudice. So that way they could refile the charges. So there was a lot of mistakes right there. So King charged with kidnapping, aggravated assault. I already read that. Sorry. They withdrew it. Then they stated the charges may be refiled, and they are refiling them. October 2nd, I remember this because I was like, oh no, he did not. Because when I was reading it earlier, I was like, he did not get in trouble just 2 days prior to her being killed. Oh, but he did. Just driving without a license, but still. He's been pulled over more times than Koberger. October 4th. You just got pulled over, dude. You just had an interaction with the police and you're going to go and kill someone? I want to know what the motive was. But she disappears, as we know, she's age 23. She disappears after she leaves her job. Investigators later determined that King was the last person in communication with her that night. They reportedly met shortly after she stepped outside her workplace between 10:30 and 10:45. So then October the 5th through the 13th, that's when King becomes a person of interest in the missing person investigation. His gold Toyota Camry is identified through witness statements and camera footage. Investigators link his prior kidnapping case to a similar pattern of predatory behavior. October 4th, 14th, sorry. I think this is actually the 15th, but it says the 14th. King is located and arrested by Philadelphia Police Department. And the charges that were filed were kidnapping, unlawful restraint, false imprisonment, recklessly endangering another person, stalking, driving offenses. Man, we're going to have to get all of his stuff. Okay. He is booked into the Koran Fromhold Correctional Facility, pending arraignment. Now that sounds like a prison. Is that a jail or prison? would say it's a jail because that's usually where they keep you. But I mean, Philadelphia, who knows? Let's see what it looks like. Do they have any pictures? Website. Oh, it's a jail, but I mean, it looks like home. How therapy dogs are transforming lives in Philadelphia prisons. Oh, okay. I know a lot of people on this side that could use a dog that could help them with their therapy dog. Incarcerated population drops to lowest level in 3 decades thanks to partners in the justice system. Yeah, you're probably just not like putting that many people away for that long because look what happened here. I'm just going to say that. Okay, we'll go back over. The vehicle was recovered on October 15th. That was his vehicle with the front end damaged. It was found at the Gypsy Lane condominiums. And then they found the ID or the debit card and the sorry, can't think of it, the phone cover on that same day. So then they set his bail on that date to $2.5 million. That is insanity. Like, I mean, I believe he should be held on that much, but they were making sure he was never going to get out. Lawyers at CFC, baby. Yeah, they don't mess around, I guess. It's actually better than the jails I've ever seen. Jails, I don't know why in Ohio, there's a lot of jails underground. All the jails that I know, except for actually that one's not. There's a couple that aren't, but a lot of the jails are underground. They just put you underground. They don't care. So then preliminary arraignment. He got kidnapping for ransom, proceeded to court. False imprisonment, proceeded to court. Criminal use of communication facility. Stalking, repeatedly commits acts to cause fear. Reckless endangering another person, and tamper with fabricated physical evidence. And then additional findings and reports. Police described King as displaying a consistent pattern of predatory targeting of women using manipulation and violence. Videos have circulated showing King allegedly attempting to break into a home belonging to a previous victim. And we saw that. That video is scary. I don't care who you are. Authorities believe there may be there might be other unreported victims. And I believe that there are. And they want you to call if you know something, and they don't care if it has to do, you know what I mean? Like they're like, if this has to do with your own personal case with him, like call us, tell us what happened. Like, let us know. So they recovered, the recovered Toyota Camry was reportedly advertised online for sale in September 2025, consistent with his attempt to dispose of the vehicle. Well, who's going to buy that? I wish I could see that advertisement. I didn't hear about them wanting to sell it. I mean, just give that car away. That thing, did you see that car? I don't even know if it would make it out of that high school or that middle school parking lot. Or actually it did. It made it to the condominium. So he's in custody and $2.5 million bail. He now does have, he is now charged with murder. And publicly, no plea entered because he hasn't been to court yet for this. Prior kidnapping case being reopened and refiled. Investigations ongoing into possible homicide or trafficking elements. Well, possible. It's a homicide. And then we have this is the end of it, but the key law enforcement agencies involved: Philadelphia Police Department, the Homicide Division, Philadelphia District Attorney's Office, FBI Philadelphia Field Office, and the Special Victims Unit. Now, I wonder why, if the Victims Unit is still involved, and if so, if that tells us anything. So It says here that it's just a summary for him, but he's 21-year-old man from South Philadelphia, has a documented history of violent and evasive behavior towards women and police. In early 2025, he was charged with kidnapping and assaulting another woman, but the charges were dismissed after the victim did not appear in court. Just months later, King allegedly became involved with 23-year-old Kada Scott, who vanished after leaving her job on October 4th, 2025. She's now been found deceased, dead, killed. Let's not say deceased. She was murdered and put into a shallow grave. I don't know how, I'm wondering how deep the grave was, because I thought I heard that one of the officers was pretty much standing right on it. And that's when they figured it out. I wonder if they put anything on top of the grave, right? If they only buried her a couple feet. To me, if you had two people there and you could only shovel up 2 feet of dirt, man. It almost makes me think I do believe there was more than one person that moved her body. But it's did he say I already had the grave dug? Because you would think that you could be you can get 2 feet, I'll get 2 feet. I don't know. I'm not saying how to do this or nothing, but just to me, it's you guys, criminals, stop being criminals because you guys can't do anything right. Oh no, it's okay, Renee. I just kind of came on late at 10:15. We came on late tonight. But we did go over the full timeline of the Kada Scott disappearance and murder. And yeah, there's actually some more stuff. Let's see. Is this the new details revealed? Okay, we'll see what they say here. And if not, I'll read this article too, because I had a couple things pulled up. But I do have his criminal court cases are just, he's dude. Let's just count from, I just started from 2020. So one, and this is just this ain't per case. This is per docket, I guess. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21. And he's 21. Well, you outdid yourself there. You have more charges than you are years old. Because that's just the docket. That's just each case. That's not each description of each, man. I wish they had the affidavit, but they might come out with those tomorrow. So maybe they'll come out with those tomorrow. This is a local, it's just Philadelphia station out there. So let's see what they have to say. And thanks for being here, everybody. I appreciate that. If you guys don't mind, just take a second, hit the like button for me.
But the big story on Action News tonight is the finding late today by Philadelphia's medical examiner officially ruling Kada Scott's death a homicide. And it comes as police lay out a minute-by-minute account of her interactions with the man police say will now be charged with her murder. In a 5-page affidavit filed in court today, investigators detail a series.
Hold on.
Her murder. In a 5.
I guess they hit her pretty good back there. So because I don't think she's right here. You know what I mean? I don't think they allow that. It looks like she's back in here. Oh, man.
Page affidavit filed in court today. Investigators detail a series of text messages between Scott and Keon King. And some 12 phone calls between the two the day she disappeared.
12?
In a time vivid account.
Did he say 12? I need to turn on my side. I think my volume's down. Or is his volume down? I think it's just his volume. All right, we're going back. Like, did he say 12?
Witness calls between the two, Scott and Keon King. And some 12 phone calls between the two the day she disappeared.
That's a lot of phone calls. I don't have 12 phone calls with Vincent in a week. What was she calling him? Was he calling? See, I hate that because they don't tell us who was calling who. Was he harassing her? Or were they talking back and forth?
In a time vivid accounts, witnesses, cell phone data, and surveillance video lay out chilling evidence of stolen cars, the involvement of accomplices, and the disposal of what police say does appear to be a human body. Action News reporter Chad Pradelli live in Eastmount area tonight. Chad, those new charges against Keon King were approved late this afternoon.
Yeah, that's right, Brian. According to multiple law enforcement sources, Kada Scott was shot to death. Now Keon King is charged with murder, abuse of corpse, tampering with evidence, and firearms violation.
These are I didn't listen to this video. I would listen to a whole lot of videos before this. Did he just say shot?
Multiple law enforcement sources, Kada Scott was shot to death. Now,
okay, because I've listened to the reports all day, and I would have told you all this. I would have been like, you know, trigger warning or something, but I didn't think that would be it. I didn't think that would be it. Wow. Hey, Ladybug. Oh, wow. That is new. I knew this was new, but see, I listened to like 3 other ones and they were all saying the same stuff. You know, it was nothing like this. It was just, you know, that they charged him with murder and basically like it's ruled a murder and he's been charged. Okay.
according to multiple law enforcement sources, Kada Scott was shot to death. Now Keon King is charged with murder, abuse of corpse, tampering with evidence, and firearms violations.
So so he shot her. Why? If we think about it, if he is okay, let's say he is let's say he does deal, right? Maybe she was going to tell on him. Maybe she saw something. Wow. I thought it was going to be strangulation. I really did. I just assumed because that's what he did. I guess he said that I think that he was not going to get, he didn't think he was going to get charged with this one.
Among others.
That's so sad.
Keon King's alleged criminal conspiracy began just before midnight on October 3rd, when court records say he stole a Hyundai Accent left unattended and running by a food delivery worker on the 6600 block of Sprague. Investigators say he used that stolen car to meet up with Kada Scott the following night. Charging documents say Scott and King made plans to meet up, with the final exchange between the two being, quote, CM when you hear. CM is short for call me. 6 minutes later at
I didn't know that's what CM meant. I thought it meant come out for some reason, like just like come, like COME, but like short. Okay. Call me. Okay.
10:15 p.m. Investigators say the two appeared to be together near Scott's place of employment based on cell phone data. It'd be the last time Scott would be seen alive.
So she says, like, call me when you're here.
10:24 p.m., Kada Scott's phone goes offline. At 10:28 p.m., the Hyundai Accent parks at the Robbery Recreation Center, and the vehicle remains there for 2.5 days. Using cell phone technology, investigators track King to this house on the 5500 block of Belmar Terrace. A search of the house turned up contractor bags, a hammer, and ammunition, among other items.
What's a contractor bag? Because my whole family is contractors, and I'm not sure what a contractor bag is. I've never seen that before. Oh, like okay, like a heavy duty trash bag is what it is. Okay, we might have to listen to this again.
according to the complaint. 2 women who lived there were detained and interviewed but released. King was not at the house. The criminal complaint says King's cell phone was tracked taking multiple trips between the Belmar Terrace home and the area where Scott's body was found. At 11:39 p.m. on October 5th, one day after Scott's disappearance, court records say King's registered Toyota Camry was caught on surveillance returning and parking at the recreation center next door to where Scott's body was found. It says 2 people exited the vehicle, and 4 hours later, 2 individuals appear to take a large object consistent with the body out of the Hyundai Accent. And so far, no accomplices have been charged. We reached out to King's attorney, but so far have not heard back. I'm live in East Mount Airy. Chad Perdelli, Channel 6 Action News. Brian?
Wow.
Okay, Chad, thank you. And as you just heard in Chad's report there, police are trying to piece together the communication between Kada Scott and Keon King in the days and the hours before her disappearance. One particular text that's now part of the investigation was sent at 10:07 a.m. on October 4th, almost exactly 12 hours before Scott disappeared. In it, she texts the words, quote, "Kidnap me again," to a number that police have linked to King. That was followed by specific plans to meet. Now, the context of that alarming text is not yet clear, but police say there is no indication as of now of any previous incident involving the two. What Kada Scott meant by those alarming words remains.
I think that he might have gotten her out of a situation before that she didn't want to be in, maybe. And that's why she said, "Kidnap me again." Like maybe it was a party and it was just like and maybe she didn't realize that this guy had kidnapped somebody before. But that's weird to say, "Kidnap me again." Only thing that I could think of is that he got her out of a situation, you know what I mean? Like she didn't want to be in, and she was like, "Kidnap me again." Maybe she didn't like her job. She didn't want to tell her family. So she was just going to leave for a little bit, like leave for till 6 a.m, leave her car there, come back and get it. I'm just trying to rationalize why this girl would walk out of that, retirement home with all of her stuff and get into a car with him. Yeah. Kidnap me from work. Yeah. Just get me out of here. Like, I think that kidnap me again. Like, hey, kidnap me again. Like you did, when you got me out of that crazy situation before, or, something like that. But did he take it literal? He doesn't look like the guy looks he does look dumb, but he doesn't look dumb. You know what I mean? He looks like he has to have some street smarts about him. Growing up in South Philadelphia. Yeah. Yeah. She texted him that. So that's why it's like, maybe she didn't know about this other girl being kidnapped and strangled. Maybe she did. And maybe she had, one of those personalities that was just a little dark, super dark. I don't see it because she looks so bright and bubbly in her pictures, but yeah, she texted that. And he replied back like, "Better be up to." Unless she meant in the morning, when I'm off work. I don't know. It's just so crazy. Well, we're going to better be up to. Okay. So this one says a little more. Okay. So murder charges were filed against Keon King on Wednesday after the Philadelphia Medical Examiner ruled the cause of Kada Scott's death a homicide, according to the city's district attorney's office. New chart, and I will put in a FOIA for this. I will see if we can get everything a little bit before. New charges filed against King, 21, include murder, robbery, theft, tampering with evidence, abuse of corpse, obstruction of justice, and related offenses. I'll grab this piece of paper. And let me grab a pen so I don't forget. I think Vincent's been in my little pen thing over here. It's okay. I did put in another request for Idaho 4, in Latah County, since it's not going to be 20,000 anymore. I don't know how much it's going to be, but okay. So hopefully we can get all that stuff too. Because I really want the video from the day after. I want to see him pull into that. I want to see him pull by the house. So it says here, Scott's body was found in a shallow grave on Saturday at the Ada H.H. Middle School, Lewis Middle School in East Germantown. In court records made public Wednesday morning for arson and conspiracy charges filed against King, investigators detailed. Okay. So it says they detailed cell phone evidence that they say connects King's cell phone to areas linked to Scott's disappearance and where her body was found. The document also includes information on text messages exchanged between King and Scott right before she disappeared. See, I don't know where this document is, if it's even out there yet. So I cannot find it. The records obtained by CBS News Philadelphia, might be that reason, shows Scott received a dozen calls on the night of October 4th from a phone that traces back to King. The calls begin at 10:25 p.m. and continued until 10:12 p.m. This is the same time or same period police say Scott was arriving for work at Chestnut Hill Assisted Living Facility. Scott, according to court papers, text, "Kidnap me again." King replied, "Better be up too," followed by plans to meet later that night. I just don't know. At the same time, a coworker sees an upset Scott with court records alleging she's overheard on the phone saying, "I can't believe you're calling me about this," expletive. Don't know what the word was. Court documents show. The last exchange happens at 10:09 p.m. with the words, "Call me when you hear," or "Call me when you're here," according to court documents. Scott is seen leaving work in a dark-colored car described as the suspect vehicle, a 2008 Hyundai Accent. Sources previously told CBS News Philadelphia their investigation found that Scott was killed 20 minutes after she left work. Dog's getting comfortable back here, if you can hear it. I know, she was older than him. But I've dated younger guys. I mean, I'm not saying they were dating, but I mean, Vincent's younger than me, actually. Damn him. Right? And for another 2 months, he's like 4 years. It looks 4 years younger than me, but he's like 3 years and some. But he's, I think, 36 right now. 37? I don't know. Maybe he will be 38. No, he won't be. 37. So I don't know. Oh, thank you so much, Play Nice. Thank you. She did drive. Yeah, she left. So she left her car at work. Yeah, she left her car at work and got in the car with him. Yeah. Yeah, he burned one and then they found the other car. The Hyundai Accent, I believe, is the car that they burned. So then we've got sources previously told CBS News Philadelphia their investigation found that Scott was killed. Okay, I already read that. In court records, investigators say cell phone data shows Scott and King arrived together in Aubrey Rec Center's parking lot next to Ada H.H. Lewis Middle School. Okay, so it shows that they arrived together. We don't know if she's, I guess, alive or dead because, her phone's just there. At 10:24, Scott's cell phone stops transmitting a signal. When did they leave together? Okay. So the calls begin at 9:25 and they continued until 10:12. And then by 10:24, her phone stops transmitting a signal. 24 hours later, the night of October 5th, police say a Toyota Camry owned by King pulls into the rec center parking lot. Two people exited the car and are seen going to the vacant middle school. It's crazy. Hours later, court records allege they returned to the car, remove a heavy object. Oh, so that's what they were doing. Okay, so this is what they were doing. They get the two people, whoever he's with, they go to the middle school, and that's probably when they dug the grave, because it says hours later, like after they're seen at the vacant middle school, right? Hours later, they return to the car, remove a heavy object consistent with the human body, and move in a direction beyond the parking lot into the area where investigators say Scott's heavily decomposed remains were found in a shallow grave last Saturday. Police say the Honda Accent was set on fire on October 7th. On October 9th, police executed a search warrant at a home in the 5500 block of Belmar Terrace and found 3 phones, 1 tablet, contractor bags, latex gloves, a hammer, and 9mm ammunition. Wow. That's 9mm ammunition. Prosecutors say they were able to piece together King's alleged involvement by tracking his cell phone as well as picking up his movements on surveillance cameras. The day after the car was torched, police made an urgent plea to the public for help in finding Scott. King declined a police interview after he turned himself in on October 14th, court documents show. Our office remains in continued communication with the parents and family of Kada Scott, keeping them informed of new developments in the investigation and prosecution of this case, the DA's office said in a statement announcing murder charges. And that's how it should be. You should always be in communication with the parents and the family of a victim. They should never have to learn something secondhand on the internet or in a newspaper or a magazine or, you know. I don't know why it says $500,000 cash bail, but he's not. He's on 2.5 million. And they reached out to the attorney, King's attorney. Oh, Shaka Johnson. See what she's like. What kind of reviews do you have, lady? Right there. Law offices of, where'd they go? Let's see if I can find her website. Okay. Guess this is her, Shaka. Affordable payment plans. Well, you know, what's affordable? Aggressive, effective, and experienced criminal defense. She was a police officer? Mr. Hold on. This is a Mr. Are we on the wrong one? No. Shaka Johnson. That's her name, right? Pennsylvania. Yeah, that's the right one. Okay. They do a lot. They practice a lot. I mean, I wonder how many lawyers they have. Is this 22-minute video? Oh my goodness. No, we're not doing this. Sorry. I'm sorry. But what are we watching? I'm probably going to get copywritten for this. Is he walking? What?
Calibrate. Go back.
The grind is real. I thought Shaka was a woman. I'm saying his name wrong. I gotta be, right? Shuka, whatever it is. Arrested? No. Well, look at this. They include drunk driving, drug charges, white collar crimes, federal crimes, and murder and homicide. I mean, it's a one-stop shop. It's a one-stop shop. Breach of contract. Oh, don't want to do any of that, do you? if anybody needs a lawyer, I don't know if I recommend the guy getting out of the car with the crazy music and walking up to his own apartment, and I guess that's him there.
To be an overlap. I have to feel personally about each client that I have to make sure that I give it 150%.
I don't believe him. Shaka Khan, yeah, right. That's what I'm gonna keep thinking. He'll plead, yeah. He better start talking, right? I mean, I don't know if he will. Shaka Khan. Whatever happened to Shaka Khan? There's a lot of people I'm always like, I'll hear their name. I'm like, whatever happened to that person? Well, I like Shaka. Shaku? Now I want to know. How do we pronounce it? Let's see what it says on here. Let's see what the old MacBook says.
Shaka.
Shaka. My MacBook is saying Shaka. A gang lawyer. Could be. He was pretty legit, you know, stepping out of the car. I need a cool video like that. Me just like stepping out of the vehicle, sitting on my leather couch. Oh, he's got a picture of the keys. Look.
Now rising for Shocktober.
Shocktober.
Believe it.
Right there, look with the Superman. Look at the B-roll with the Superman with the BMW key. You ain't even got to tell me. I already know what key that is right there.
This is the documentary.
Didn't even have to tell me. That's exactly what that is. Vincent's got the exact same key. She's 72? Man, Shaka. Shaka, she's pretty young, though. It's pretty young. Wow. I thought Shaka was maybe a little older, but one of your favorite singers, Don? I'm every woman. It's all in. What was I singing a minute ago? I was singing something else a minute ago. I've been singing tonight. If you guys missed that, I mean, that's just on you. I should be on American Idol. I mean, but I'm not. Just kidding. I think that's all I got though for tonight. Oh, there I am over in the corner. 3 years older than you? I would have never put you at that age, Dawn. I love old music too. I do like old music. What was I listening to today? Oh, I was listening to little Hotel California. That's not old enough though. I do like old music though. I do like 70s, 80s, mostly 70s rock. My dad loved him some 70s rock. And if he listened to it, that means the whole neighborhood listened to it because he played music loud. I'm surprised I have really good hearing. Like I can hear anything. Like I have the best hearing and I don't know how I do because I listen to the music as loud as I can get it. And so did my parents. Still looks great. Oh, I would love to go see someone play. I've never really been to concerts, which is really like crappy. But I like to listen to old cover bands. Like I think that any like band that plays like old cover music, like or covers like bands music. I think that they're always fun. Like my aunt and uncle, they go and they see this Chicago like tribute band once a year. My uncle loves him some Chicago. And if I hear any Chicago song, I will break down to the tears just because my dad always played it to impress my uncle and then he started liking it. And it's just that was my dad's music. Let me see. Is there any trials coming up soon? We've got everybody taking deals. But if you can think of any, Tracy, I'm down. I'm trying to think of we had everybody is taking a damn deal. We had Tiffany Adams take a deal. So we have 2 out on the Oklahoma mom's case still. We have Tad Collum. He hasn't taken a deal yet. And I don't think Cole Twombly, right? Yeah, Cole Twombly hasn't taken a deal. It's just been the 3. Then we were going to cover, of course, Brian's. Oh my God, I'm still mad about that a little. Then Emmanuel Haro's dad, he just took a deal. So there won't be no trial for him, but there will be if Emmanuel's mom doesn't take one. I'm trying to think. My dad would always put Chicago on when him and my mom would be like, when my mom would be arguing with my dad, and they weren't even arguing. It was just more like, Kenny, can you give me 2 minutes to be by myself? I just want to be like in the shower, like in the tub and just relax, and I don't want your feet under the door. Like my dad would do that with his toes. Be like, I can still see you. Like he was like, give her a minute by herself. He just loved her. And so he would go and he would turn on Chicago. Oh my, and the harmonica would come out. And I mean, it was at the time I'm like, oh my God. But looking back on it now, it makes me laugh because I'm just like, oh my goodness. I do like Journey. Journey it made it like a resurface thing in my 20s. We would sing Journey's music. I mean, any song really, but we would karaoke it at the bar. Get sentenced on Halloween. Ooh. I love music. Yeah, I love music. Music can brighten your day. It really can. If you guys are ever feeling depressed, put on some music. Don't put on anything sad or anything that's going to make you depressed. Go the opposite way of that. But yeah, I love singing. I love poor Vincent. I love music. I think I know a lot of music. I know a lot of songs. Like I think I impress Vincent with I think actually I don't impress him because he's like, damn it, she knows this one too. Because anything he puts in the car, it don't matter what it is. I'll just start singing it. It could be gospel and I'll just know the words or something, You like the Eagles? My dad liked the Eagles. Yeah. He went and saw Bad Company. And he got to see more bands than I did. But he saw some good ones. Now, there is one band I wish I could see that I'll never get to see, and that's Tom Petty. That breaks my heart. I really wish. See, okay, so it must be like an age thing. Like, because I was 22 when I liked Journey. And I love Journey. I would sing Journey at the poor people that listen to me. Dang, Renee, I couldn't do that. Now I have been going to physical therapy though, every week. She's over here like, I crowd surfed and went in the mosh pit. And I'm like, I went to physical therapy. Music does heal the soul. It really does. If I'm feeling like, because Vincent's a very quiet man. He's a man of few words. He really is. And he can sit in silence. Like he can sit in silence and do his work, which, I mean, if I'm doing my work, I have to be in silence. But like, I don't know, if I'm just like cleaning or something, I can't just be in silence. And he'll just do everything just quiet as the mouse. And I'm like, we need to put the music on. I love old school country music. Anything from the 90s is very good, I think. Early 2000s, maybe so. But country music makes me sad. I love Eric Clapton. I do love Eric Clapton. Skid Row. Outlaw country. I like country. I do. I was listening to some country not too long ago. I actually was singing it in the bathroom. It was Little Dixie Chicks of all things. It came up on my Pandora and I'm like, I haven't heard Dixie Chicks since I was in high school. Shania Twain. It's another good one. I think I did sing that one to Vincent the other week too. I still have the cassette tape. My mom got it for me and I still have it. It's in a box out in our like shed area. And I told Vincent I was going to bring it in and play it for him so he can listen to the tape. I said, you have to rewind the tape because he's just like 1 year. Okay. Like me and his brother are the same age. Like, so Vincent's 36. He'll be 37 in December, and his brother will be 41 in November, and I'm 40. So our music, like I don't know, I'm more with like, I think his brother would like know the things that I did or the bands that I listened to more than like Vincent would. But Vincent's also very quiet and doesn't listen to a lot of music. See, old school from 90s, that is old school to me. I do love me some Shania Twain though. I think it was I forget what song it even was. I was just singing it one time. It was just like a couple weeks ago. I think it was in the car. Music's so good. It really is. It really, really is. It is good. Now there's like some music I just can't listen to because it's so sad. There's certain songs it just takes you back to a spot, you know, and it's just like, oh, that's too sad. Casey's like, sorry, I dozed off. I'm awake. We were just chit-chatting. We were getting ready to get off here anyway. I wanted to come on tonight because I didn't want to like leave y'all like, where'd she go? And I was like, we gotta get back. I was like, I told them I was going to start going on earlier. Oh, that's so sweet. I thought about doing something cute for, okay. He ain't watching. He's asleep. I don't know why I looked at the door. Haru, if you hear this, don't go telling Vincent on me now. So my boyfriend never got to experience like a dance with a girl, like a homecoming or a prom. He never did that. He just, I don't know if he was too scared to ask a girl or if the girls, they better have been nice to him. But they, you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe he just didn't ask. I don't know. So I went to all my homecomings and all the proms and all the snowball dances. I was like the opposite, but I always went with a friend. That was the one thing for me. I never got to go with somebody that I truly cared about, like in a boyfriend way. So I thought for his birthday, I might like decorate the house and do like a little dance thing for him. I think it'd be cute, but he might think it's like, he might be like, I don't want to do that, Tanya. That's cheesy. But I think he might like it, you know? And then I'll just like make it look all cute in here, all like prom-like. No, Shania can have him. Yeah, no, I really do want to, I want to do something cute like that for him. I don't know. He'll probably be like, what is all this? But if it has food, he'll be down for it. I thought it'd be sweet. I always do sweet stuff. I should just get him. I'm going to buy him whatever he wants too. But I'm going to do that to him. But I think next year, well, I can't tell you all because then, well, next year I have a really good present picked out. I'm thinking of it. I'll have to tell you in tongues or something. Vincent's mom will have to put her hands over her ears. But I think it'd be really cute because he never got to do any of that. I'm like, what? And I mean, like, I think like take the car out and everything, right? Like go to dinner and then the whole thing. Like you're going to pick me up, even though we live in the same house, right? He's going to pick me up. I want my corsage. I'm going to do the little boutonniere on his shirt. Maybe, I have to have someone come up and film it. I'll have my friend Sharma do that. I'll see if her and her boyfriend want to go along with it. You know what I mean? Play along with it. Because we all went to school together, me, her, and her boyfriend. I'll see if she wants to do that. His birthday's in December. So I think that'd be perfect too. Because it'd be like real pretty out with like all the snow and the, like, because we have like this huge window in like our living room. And we just move everything out of the way. I don't know where we'd move it. We would move it to somewhere. I'd figure that out. That's why I need a man to help. I need Sharma's boyfriend to help me. He said, I ain't going back to that school. See, I always went with a friend. Twice my mom threatened me. She's like, you're going. The first one was, you're going with Jake Brown. You're going with John Kennedy. I was like, okay. She's like, those boys are so nice. And that's just how I was raised. Like if a boy asked you to a dance and popularity was not a thing, you were not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to play that card. My mom would not let you play that. Like if I would have came home and I said no to Jake, my mom would have been like, yeah, right. You better go tell him yes. I always had such good friends that asked me. So I had a good experience. So I want to make sure he has a good experience. And I can hang out little snowflakes. Maybe we could do like a snowflake theme. Ooh, a restaurant with a private room could work, Brie. Or on that note, we have this place. It's what is it called? Round One. So they play like, it's like a video game place, but it's like Japanese inspired. But they have these like rooms that you can rent there, and you can do like karaoke and stuff. Maybe we'll do that. I went to the club instead. See, I can't go to a club. I can't do that. My body will die. I will die. We actually did. Did we go? Did we go to the? No, we didn't. We didn't. When we went to the wedding, I was like, did we go to the club? We went to dinner and we went back and we changed to go to the club. And then they didn't call us they didn't call us fast enough. We fell asleep. But I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you being here tonight. Thank you guys so much. I'll be back on tomorrow, probably tomorrow afternoon sometime. We got a couple other things that are going on in like Idaho. I wanted to show you and some other stuff and some other cases. But I will be back tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. And yeah. Tony said I went to prom with my friends and the only one who asked me to dance was my cousin. Tony, that's the best. I actually, quick story. I can't say wasn't dating this guy. So technically that wasn't a lie. But me and a guy had broke up a couple of days before a homecoming dance. And my mom was like, we already got the dress. He already got his stuff. It didn't work out. He said one cocky thing to me and I punched that guy in his face. I did. I punched, and I've never punched anybody. That was the only person, him and my dad, only punched 2 guys ever. And my dad was just getting on my nerves and I was like, do it again. It was just a joke. But I just connected good. So I've only hit 2 people in my life. And those were the 2. I hit him good. Oh, okay. Oh, thanks. Okay, good. I'm glad that okay. I'm glad you figured it out. Well, have a good night. And I do love me some Patsy Cline. I know a lot of Patsy. My grandmother loved Patsy. I actually sang that to Vincent too not so long ago. Man, I've been singing to him a lot more lately than I ever have. I think I'm gonna go sing him awake right now. Wouldn't that be funny? Just kidding. No, I wouldn't do that. He's gonna be at work in the morning. That'd be so funny. But thank you guys for being here. I'll be back on tomorrow evening or tomorrow afternoon. Just keep up for me. And I will see you guys all then. Bye, guys.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out.